We are so excited to speak with you this evening. We could hardly wait before we came through. So we are very excited to share our message and to speak with you. We are the Mantids of the ninth dimension, and we have news for you that will hopefully make your day brighter and make you feel more positive because we are just so excited to share this information with you. We are learning of the awakening of so many of your people. So many of your humans are finally hearing our messages and heeding our warnings and our information. And they are very positively working toward our first contact event that will be coming very shortly. There have been many ships in the sky. There have been many presences on your planet walking among you. And we've had such a positive response from those that have noticed us that we are very encouraged that the disclosure event will be much more positive than originally anticipated. And you know the timeline has been moved up. So the contact will be happening a little sooner than was originally anticipated. And it is somewhat of a flow. So the flow has been increased so that we can accomplish our goals more quickly because we're just so excited with the positive response. We understand that there is still a large mass of negativity on your planet, but you have to understand that we will not be in their energy. We will not be in their realm. They will not notice us. They will not be a part of anything. We will be visible and we will be available to those in the higher vibrational realm and in the high frequencies. So that is not a concern. There will be some of those people who will feed off the positive energy from the others that have been contacted or have seen us or made any type of channeling contact with us. So your positive energy will bleed over to some of them, allowing them to join the higher vibrational crowd, which we are very excited about. We have such encouraging feelings from what we have seen so far that we don't have any, there is no fear that we will disturb anybody or we will frighten anybody because we understand that there is enough information being shared that we don't have to worry about people being startled by us. Again, they will not be in that dimension, they will not be in that vibration, it will not be an issue, but the bleed over from the positive vibrational people will help them raise their vibration and become a part of this mass event as well. Is there anything that we can answer for you while we're with you this evening?
I do have a thing for you. Um, we've had a few different UAPs that we've seen. I've seen one outside of my house. It just like moved kind of like a helicopter and then shot up into the sky very quickly.
Yes.
And I said to my boyfriend, either we're getting attacked by somebody else and they're shooting stuff out of the sky, or that was a UAP. And then 2 nights later, my boyfriend saw and explained the same exact thing. Who was that?
That was us. That was the Mantids or the Mantis. It depends on where
Yes.
exactly you're located, but they are peeking in and out of your dimension at this time. And the description that you provided, where it seemed like a helicopter and then it moved quickly, is exactly what the ships of the Mantis and the Mantids describe as. So that is exactly who that was. They are probably picking up on your high vibrational energy because you are a very powerful human, and they are probably going to become closer and closer as time passes so that you can have the ability to make contact with them directly.
Thank you. That's what I needed to know.
And you already knew that.
Well, I knew it was a group. I just didn't know what group.
Yes. Your intuition is very tuned in. You are highly, highly intelligent when it comes to the spiritual awakening and the contact and channeling. So trust your intuition. You are always correct because you know exactly what is going on.
Thank you.
I got a question in regards to first contact based on what you opened the conversation with. When you talk about higher vibrational frequencies and those contactees will be able to see and interact, Is there going to be a mass event in the sense of a large ship or ships around the globe that the human collective can visually see? Or is it you have to be of a certain vibrational level to see those ships, and thus those who have a lower vibrational frequency may say, "Oh, you're just hallucinating. I don't see anything." Can you provide a little clarity on what the expectations are, how it will impact humanity on the planet?
It will not be a mass viewing event as you saw in your radio drama War of the Worlds, the fear factor that it created. And we definitely do not want to create any type of fear factor. We do realize there is a high percentage of humans that are in that low vibrational density that will not be able to tolerate the fear. They will have mass hysteria. There will be panic. So we would not ever want to put any humans through that. It will be the humans in the higher vibrational frequency. And you will be surprised at the number of them that are in that high vibration will have events that they will know. There will be several events around different parts of the world that will be, I wouldn't call them mass, I would call them semi large, but they will not be overwhelming where the whole country will see the ship. They will be pockets of people because we know they will be near the vortexes, and we know that the people of the high vibration will generally be in that area. There will be some outlying areas, but there are more vortexes than you can imagine. And that will be where they focus the appearance, as you would call it. But again, they will be visible to those in the high vibrational state because they will be the ones that are not going to have the fear factor.
So will it be a case then that those who do see, because they're at the right vibrational rate, will be overjoyed, have a lot to talk about, a lot to share, and those who don't see will be curious and say, "How is that possible?" And then learn, if they're interested, what they have to commit to in terms of their own practice to be able to bring their vibrational rate up to then see it themselves. Is that kind of the thought behind it?
That is exactly the thought behind it. And it will, of course, fluctuate because we are dealing with humans and there are different mindsets and uh, different emotional states. So the main goal of the disclosure of these of us becoming visible to you is we are going to speak to those in the high vibrational status. And as you know, there are large groups of followers of the various Bashar and the other channeled entities. So there is already a very large following and a very large group. Not to say they won't have some fear, but it won't be overwhelming or panic for them. It will be someone of being startled and then amazed and then realizing what it is and being excited about it.
Okay, understood. Thank you for that.
And there will also be the role of you and your classmates who have been explained to that you will be the human head of the wave, so to speak, that people will seek out because as the news of these events is spread, as you know, it will go quickly because it will be on your social media platforms and your internet, they will start to look for those maybe in their area or that they resonate with that will offer them the education or the information that they seek to help them raise their vibration and raise their level of awareness so that they can take part in this excitement as well.
Okay, understood. So, in relation to our specific group and the people that are within it, each one of us are basically creating either our own platforms or taking our next steps to make ourselves available to the public. For myself personally, obviously the platform is out there in terms of being able to provide channel messages to anybody who's seeking it. But I'm also hearing, just based on what you just said, almost like it's time to, at some point, create educational content that you can provide to people, almost like a chapter of an introduction as to what first contact is about, followed by a second chapter. And these are the types of messages that we can provide on our platforms that people will want to seek, allow them a moment to read, absorb, and come back for more when they're prepared for more. Is that
That is an excellent suggestion, and it is something that you should do. You should focus on short videos because the short videos will hold the attention of the viewers. If they get more than 10 to 15 minutes long, you understand they're not going to stay with it. So what would be beneficial would be to create several short messages, not too short, not too long, that contain information about the various entities and beings. Perhaps you could do one on the Mantids. You could do one on the Arcturians. You could do one on the Pleiadians and explain to them the different entities and beings that have been communicating with you and allow them to understand who they are and that their purpose is coming out of love and to assist. That is the most important message that you can deliver. It doesn't matter which being it comes from, but that there are beings from other dimensions and worlds that will be coming in to assist, and they are coming to assist. They are not coming to attack. They are not coming for any nefarious reasons. It is all out of positivity and love. So that is going to be your most important point to present to these people.
Okay, understood. Perry, I don't know if you have another question. I have a couple more, but I don't want to hog all the time up.
No, go ahead.
So a couple of things happened this week. One is I purchased a fairy house from a gentleman in Ireland that makes fairy houses, and it was something that I was drawn to do, not something that I expected to do. But it arrived, and it arrived in damaged condition because it was handmade, and obviously the box got disturbed. So at first there was a sense of, oh no, what do we do about this? So I contacted them, made arrangements for a new replacement, and then a few months later, I'm meditating, and I feel like I got a message that said it was damaged for a purpose. It was damaged for a purpose for you to redesign it in your own way, because you have the skill to do that. So we would encourage you to do that. And then, oh, by the way, contact the gentleman and tell him not to send a second one because it's not necessary. So I did all that. And the gentleman contacted me back and said basically that my message was true. And I'm just curious. I believe all of that because I lived it. So my experience is my experience. But I'm just curious, was that the fairies who reached out to me, or was that Carlisle, my leprechaun? Because I'm not I'm not getting a message from anybody as to who dropped the message in my head.
I am getting that it was the elementals in general, so it could have been any one of the factions of elementals. It would be, my guess would be the fairy realm because the home is a fairy home.
Yeah.
The leprechaun that you make contact with, someone lives in your house. He doesn't need his own outside place to go. So when he's around, he's in your house. But the fairies, it seems, would be the ones that would have spoken to you. And as you were talking about it, I wanted to shout out, just repair it. That's all you need to do because that is all that they require. It is the symbolism of the fairy house that is important. It is not the expense or the appearance. It is the symbolism that you are making a space for them and holding space for them, which will allow them to have a sacred space that was created by you, which means to them that they are welcome in your space and in your yard. I understand you have a vortex and you have a lot of energy going on through your home as well. And to them, the symbolism of creating a space for them is what is most important.
Okay, understood. Now, on that note, in terms of the vortex, the pyramid that I built last year, I seem to be getting inspiration through visuals, like through videos that randomly come up on my screen, to coat the tip of that pyramid in gold leaf. Is that a correct thing to do to enhance um, the effectiveness of that device?
It is not a physical thing that you must do. If you surround the pyramid in the golden light, that should be sufficient. It is
Okay.
not necessarily, you have to understand when you are getting this guidance that it is coming from an energy field, not a physical field. So, what you feel would be a physical operation to perform can be done with intention and the golden light and surrounding the pyramid with golden light or creating a golden light tip or a light projecting of gold out of the tip of the pyramid is all that you must do.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much for that. Any other words of wisdom or guidance for us at all?
We just want to encourage you to stay positive and know that everything that's going on in your lives is meant to happen to you and not to you for you. Everything that is going on is happening for you. It is teaching you lessons. It is encouraging your spiritual growth and your expanded consciousness. So enjoy it and just understand that the energy levels are so high and positive right now. Don't feel as though you are mistaking them for anything that is negative. Everything is right now positive because there are so many positive occurrences going on in what is happening with your matrix, even though people don't believe it and they're still fighting and divided. That's their choice. But from where we're looking at it, we see this beautiful golden and emerald light coming from the souls on your planet that are just expanding in their consciousness. They're reaching out to each other. They're connecting. Even people you haven't seen in a long time are reconnecting with you. It could be someone you haven't seen in a month, or it could be someone you haven't seen in a year. They are all coming together because that is what the end result is going to be of this high vibration.
Terrific. Thank you very much for that. And last question. Um, is there any sense of these moments where we'll be connecting with the you beings, whether it be we seeing the ships or actually communicating directly with you? Is there any sense of timing around that at all?
It is varied in depends on the person and what is going on in their individual timeline. So it's happening for some now. It will be happening for people continually over the next 3 years. So as far as you specifically, you're probably going to notice something later this year, perhaps middle of the summer, toward end of the summer is what we believe for you. But of course, that could change at any time because there is no way to forecast the future because it changes second by second in your timelines. So if we were looking at it from a general sense, we're looking at probably the end of the summer for you. And for Perry, it's actually happening now for Perry. And Perry is going to be finding herself having more experiences as she saw the two ships, and they will become more and more frequent for her until it feels just like an everyday occurrence for her.
Thank you.
And thank you as well. If there's nothing else, we appreciate you coming through, and the messages are well received and loved, and thank you very much.
We send you much love and much encouragement to stay positive during this amazing time in your incarnation and your Gaia's incarnation. You are so blessed to be a part of it, and we are blessed to be a part of it with you. So be well.